Hey everyone, it's Rob Litton here from drumstheword.com. Today I'm going to treat you all with a little free video drum lesson teaching you that amazing drum beat, that really weird syncopated offbeat thing that goes on in the middle of the song Jump during the guitar solo by Van Halen, drummed by the legendary Alex Van Halen, of course. I've got a free PDF that comes with this lesson, so you might want to have this printed out in front of you. In fact, especially for this lesson, this is one of those beats I'm going to teach you that you really can't go, you really can't know about the music unless you've got an amazing memory. So I highly recommend you download the free PDF, have it printed out in front of you as we go through this lesson together. So it's 8 bars long, and it's not particularly complicated. It's just 8th notes and a couple of 16th notes. What makes it so darn weird is the fact that Alex doesn't want to play the backbeat on beats 2 and 4, pretty much at all. So it's all in 4/4. It's going by 4 beats to the bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. The tempo is this, by the way. 131. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and it's not too fast. Like I said, it's so syncopated. We've got the bell of the ride cymbal being used a lot. Now on this free PDF, what I've done is I've written all the notes on the ride cymbal itself. What I didn't want to do is to worry too much about where all those bell notes are. But when you've got two notes together, generally what Alex did is he played the first set of 2 ride cymbal notes, the first on the bell and then the first here. It's debatable whether he meant to do that or not. Now, for this lesson, like I said, I'm just going to play all on the ride cymbal just normally. I'm not going to worry about hitting the bell in the correct places. It's already complicated enough. As you get used to it, as you learn it, then of course you can start to try and work on putting that bell in the right place. But if you listen to Alex play this live, apart from the sort of the bass lilt of the snare drums on the ands, the pattern isn't the same when he plays it live every time. He changes it, improvises it, so you can feel free to do the same as well. Don't get hung up on the fact that this is very difficult to read note for note. But when you're playing it with your band, or when you're playing it live, and when they're playing it live, Alex is free to improvise a lot with this section. He doesn't play the same thing again and again. He certainly didn't memorise these 8 bars and play them exactly the same every time. So be aware of that. Let yourself off if you find this really difficult, because it is to learn from all 8 bars in a row. So there's no shortcut for this. What we've got to do is just learn each bar on its own and then put them all together. So the drum beat we're talking about starts at 2 minutes 15 into the song, and we'll take each bar as it comes. So if we just imagine playing all on the ride cymbal 8th notes, we're just going to have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The first bar, the bass drum snare drum pattern is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But of course it's lining up with that right hand. So we get a crash on beat 1, 1 and 2, straight into the snare drum there, 1 and 2, and then this first set of and 3 on the ride cymbal, technically what he plays on the recording is he plays and 3, but again, as I explained earlier on, we're not going to worry about hitting the bell so much. Play it all on here, or all on the bell, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to play it all on here just for ease of our hearing. We get 1 and 2 and 3, then and 4 and. A little sneaky crash cymbal there with the right hand. Now, when I was learning this, I played all the crash cymbals with the right hands. But if you watch Alex play it live, and also how I'd probably play it live if I was improvising this myself, is those crash cymbals on the ands play with my left hand. So I'd actually play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So then your right hand is free then just to stay on the ride cymbal. Play it however you like. For the sake of just learning this and playing this for you, I just played all the crash cymbals over here on the right, so it's very simple for me to go from one hand back to the other and not worry about too much what my left hand's doing. But as you get better at it, do try to include your left hand in on these crash cymbals on the ands. It's going to look cool, it's also going to feel pretty good as well. So the second bar, we've got our first real example of offbeat syncopatedness. The snare drum, we play all 8 notes on the ride cymbal. Snare drum and bass drum pattern is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Where's the downbeat? So with the ride cymbal part as well, we've got 1 and 2 and, 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4 and. So notice that Alex is playing the right hand on all quarter notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and for that bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So to put the 2 bars together, you can sort of hear how what I hear as well, is when you go into the second bar, those bells sound like they're offbeat, but they're not, they're actually on the downbeat. Put the 2 bars together, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and, or 4 I got that right? I don't think I did. I don't think I counted that right for you. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And without the counting, I count myself in 1, 2, 3, 4. See what I mean about that second bar? It feels like you're playing the offbeat, but you're not. You're playing the downbeat just because of that snare drum and bass drum placement, completely throwing off your ears. So then we go back to then we go on to bar 3, and we get the downbeat again occurring on beat 1, with the crash cymbal occurring on 1 and 2 and. So 2 crash cymbals there on the 1 and the and of 2 for bar 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 3 and then and 4. And 4 and. And that's another example of where you might play 4 and 4 and into bar 4. So that bar 3 again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we actually get 4, 4 and 1 as we go into bar 4. Bar 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and another weird offbeatness going on there. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then a very clever idea occurs on the second line. Bar 5, where we get these snare drums double up with the left hand. We play 1 E and, so 2 lefts there, 1 E and 2, and then again, and on the and of 2, left hand, but it doesn't come down with the right cymbal, it goes just on its own. So we get the first time 1 E with the right cymbal, the second time on the and of 2, just on its own, and 3 and 4 and another example of where that left hand could come up. 3 and 4 and 1. So that bar again, 1 E and, only one bass drum. I always do that. When I was practicing, I always wanted to play 1 E and 2. It's not, it's 1 E and 2. And you're going to find playing the bass drum, extra bass drums all over the place as you practice this. So give yourself a bit of a time to get it correct. 1 E and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then the next bar, we got 1 and 2 and then we get a snare drum, surprise, coming down with the right cymbal on beat 3. So we get 3 and 4 and. So that bar again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That threw me off a little bit as well when you loop it round. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then the next bar, 1 and, I do that a lot as well. When I see 2 right cymbal notes, I play 1 and, it's not, it's 1 and, other way around. 1 and 2 and, so this comes down with snare drum 1, 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And that's quite weird to play coming out of bars 1 and 2 of that line. Going into bar 3 and 4, you'll see what I mean when you play it. The right hand pattern, there's a lot more doubles going on in each bar. Then the final bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And we get 3 bass drums in a row as we go into beat 1 of the next section. 4 and 1. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So like I said at the beginning of the lesson, there's no shortcuts for this, it's just practicing each bar on its own and then trying to put the whole thing together. So as I play through slowly, I'll probably make a few mistakes because my eyes are getting tired now. I'm getting a little bit tired reading this. It's a lot to take in. Your brain gets tired after about 20 minutes. And I was practicing this before pressing record. So you'll find the same, is that after a while, your eyes just get tired. You keep making the same mistakes again. Walk away for 2 minutes, come back. You'll find an amazing difference. You'll be totally refreshed. But if you keep staring at it, it's going to get harder and harder, especially when you start making mistakes. So here we go. Here's my switches out the way. Play the whole thing slowly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So on its own, it sounds like nothing, doesn't it? It sounds like just a total random mess. Play it with the music though, and of course you've got something really cool. Let's try and play a little bit faster before I show you the up to speed again. This is where I will make a few mistakes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 I put an extra bass drum note there in bar 3, but hopefully you didn't notice that. And then just to save time for this recording, I don't make too many mistakes for you, here's the original version without a microphone on, so you can hear this being played up to speed. And like I say, feel free to improvise with the bell or the ride cymbal when you're having a go. But anyway, here's what it sounds like again up to speed. And there you go. So don't forget to download the free PDF that came with this lesson. You can find a link on my website. There's a link beneath this video as well. Just click on it and download and save and print out as you wish. You might also want to check out my website and consider becoming an online member. You sign up for $97, you get a year subscription, and you get access to over 200 full song lessons. Not just these little ones I do, teaching you little beats, fills and solos, but an entire song from start to finish, every single bar. I give you the full transcribed drum chart. Like I said, there's over 200 famous and popular songs on my website right now. Plus, as a bonus for signing up, you get hundreds of little freebie videos, just like this one. 3 ebooks, which I wrote, teaching you famous drum beats, fills and solos. And then over the year of your subscription, you also get access to all the new material I release as part of the membership as well. So I think it's a real bargain. If you've got any questions, you can email me, rob@drumsandword.com. Also come along and say hello on Facebook and Twitter. That'd be nice. But if I don't see you there, until next time, happy drumming, to the pip.